And we're back where we left off. From last time, Louie just met the red Pikmin. So, Louie, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures that from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. Yes, it is. Big, creepy looking eyes. You can use C to issue objectives. Okay, so basically what it's saying is if you use the C stick, you can control where your Pikmin go, which is really useful because if you're fighting an enemy that's on the ground, then instead of just having to throw over and over, you can just make like a charge of all your Pikmin. So let me explain the C thing. So as we have the little Pikmin here, if I point C, if I use C and move it towards the flower, the Pikmin charges the flower and starts attacking. I shall help it die. Okay, little Pikmin, take your... Okay, flowers have these little things inside of them with a number. That number is the number of Pikmin you need to carry that. You can for any object Pikmin carry, they can have twice as many Pikmin as the number of strength required to move that. The thing is, red Pikmin and all other Pikmin only have one. Purple Pikmin, which you will meet later on, has a strength of 10 Pikmin. So if you had one of those, you could have a maximum strength of 20, because that's 2 Pikmin on a one thing. I'm confusing myself, and probably some of the viewers, if I haven't. I still haven't uploaded the first video by the time I'm filming this one. Because it's been like 10 minutes since I filmed the other one. Okay, now we have 3 Pikmin. If you get a Pikmin little flower number thingy that is the same color as the onion it's going to, you will get twice the number of Pikmin. So since that is a 1 and it's red, we're taking it to the red onion. We get 2 Pikmin. Plus these guys over here. If you leave them in the ground for a really long time, they will go straight from having leaves to having flowers. Basically, when a Pikmin has a flower in its head, it just becomes them a lot better. It's faster. It's like a little more coordinated, I think, or something like that. I don't know. Well, I do know, but whatever. So when people are talking, they're just like, I don't know, but they do know. They're lying to you. They're keeping secrets. Dun, 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 dun. See? You can just kind of tell your Pikmin to go over here. Ooh, one more. And if you're the way you pluck Pikmin is just walk out, press A. And if you're plucking Pikmin and there's a bunch around, like in the ground, you can just rapidly do it without having to walk up to individual ones. That's pretty basic stuff that if you even have this game, you should have known by now. But wait, is that even the right way? No, it's not. This is the way we go. And over there, you see a treasure. First treasure we see besides the bottle cap. But that doesn't count because that was on Okate. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. Perhaps it is, perhaps it's not. What do you know? The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. Yeah, you pushed us out, jerk. I would like to phrase it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press L to move the camera behind you, R to zoom, and Z to change angles. You're really never going to use that except for maybe L, which puts you from front view. See? Whee! Yeah, so we're going to come back and get that later. Later! You do not want to go over here because there's a giant bull bark, I think is what they're called. I will get all the names mixed up, I promise you. So first we throw our Pikmin onto the bag, and it says we need 15 weight to do that. There's only 11, so we'll put 5 more up there. 16 weight, and it crushes the bag.
Oh my god, it's Louie! I missed you so long!
The ship's talking to us again, great. Captain Olimar, Louie, you've been reunited at last. This has been a troublesome trip, but now you must feel sure that you can bind with whatever. From now on, please use B to form a single group, S to take a solo action, and Y to change leaders. When you press X, all the different colored Pikmin will separate into their groups, and you will no longer be connected with Louie. So, for example, the reds go by themselves, Louie just sits there, then you can kind of go on secret missions with Split, but I don't want to do that right now. And look, it's a bug. It's a sick bug. So, 3 of our little Pikmin are going to take that bug back to the ship. And we're going to go back to the battery. Pikmin will dig objects that are stuck in stuff. For example, this battery is in snow, so... This is the way Pikmin work, is the way they attack is they just bang their heads against objects. So if you're trying to attack an enemy, they just hit it with their heads. If you're trying to dig out objects, they'll use their heads. If you're trying to knock down a wall, they'll use their heads. But we don't have enough weight, so we're going to call our Pikmin back. If you double the amount of Pikmin that are helping carry an object, it will go faster back to the onion. So, you know what, I'm going to cut scenes just so you can get there. Okay, we're back, and the little pig people have finally brought the whatchamacallit, bull bark, I think it is. I don't know, don't judge me. So now we get 3 Pikmin. Ooh, 4. Wow, that was sweet. Oh well, 4 little Pikmin in our squad. Now we have 20 Pikmin. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. It's kind of funny because when you're commanding Pikmin to move using the C-stick, and then if you start walking around in random directions, the little horn music that plays when you use it will start to sound all messed up and stuff. It's so funny that way. No. I'm not in a good mood today. Not a good mood. Bump, it's a bump, up, bum. It's not there yet. Later in the game, if you go up there, there'll be 3 eggs. If you get your Pikmin to break the eggs, there'll be nectar. If your Pikmin drink the nectar, they will go from having a leaf to having a flower. If they already have a flower, they cannot drink nectar. But nectar is really helpful sometimes when you're, like, if you're fighting, like, a boss or something. I'm just gonna use the term boss, but, like, the thing at the end of each dungeon, there's, like, a big creature you have to fight. If you're fighting one of those, it's really helpful to have flower Pikmin, because they can stay closer to you and they won't get, like, behind and defeated. So, our Pikmin take over the battery. Woo! It's kind of amazing how that battery can fit in the little top part of the ship. Name, Courage Reactor. Worth 280 Pokemons, or whatever they're, Pokemon. Pokemon. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it, oh, whatever. Yeah, one of the programs in it is to make hit products by naming the stuff. Weird names. Like, later you'll find, like, a lipstick tube, and it'll be lip service. Like, an orange will be, like, citrus lump. Oh yes, on the first day in Pikmin time, you will have all the time you want, but later on you'll have a limited amount of time. There will be a meter at the top. Eventually, if it gets to the end, any Pikmin that are not in your team or in their onions will be eaten at sunset, because that's when all the creatures come out. Today's report. Funds earned 280. Making our total 280. Yes, it will tell you how much money you made that time, how much you have overall, how many Pikmin were born, or like the growth rate, how many died so far. None have died. Yes. Well, of course, there's only one creature you find in that level. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly.